In this video, we are going to discuss about cylindrical coordinate system. We generally know what is Cartesian coordinate system, and there are also other two types of systems known as cylindrical coordinate system and spherical coordinate system. Whereas the spherical coordination system is mostly used in antennas because there are isotropic antennas which emits in equally in all directions. Whereas the cylindrical and spherical coordinate systems are both are used in uh, some electric field theory. So it is worth discussing the cylindrical coordinate system. So first of all, remember that actually there is no cylindrical coordinate and spherical coordinate system separately. These two things, cylindrical and spherical, are derived from the Cartesian coordinate system only. For example, we cannot represent a cylinder in xyz because it has, suppose this is a cylinder we are having here a point, particular point p dash. Okay, we know that this p dash is having a particular radius r. Okay, and if we extend down to the xy plane, it is having some phi angle from x axis. So in this way we can't represent our a point on a particular cylinder directly. So we need to represent in terms of radius, this azimuthal angle, and height. Okay, so for that reason we are representing cylindrical coordinate system. So we will be deriving the relation between Cartesian and cylindrical coordinate system in this video. Okay, as I already told that there is no separate cylindrical coordinate system. It is actually derived from Cartesian coordinate system. So let us assume there is a cylinder. Okay, it is the cylindrical down circumference circle's center is at origin of the coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system. So the center of the, let us assume this is the circle number 1 which is at the bottom of cylinder, this is circle 2 which is at the top of cylinder. So this bottom cylinder's center is at the origin of the Cartesian coordinate system. So let us take this is a particular point p dash on the cylinder. So we have to represent this in terms of this rho is nothing but radius of cylinder or radius of any of circles. Okay, this phi is nothing but azimuthal angle. What is that? Azimuthal angle. So this azimuthal angle is nothing but when we extend this particular point in the xy plane. Okay, when we extend this in the xy plane, we will be getting on straight line joining origin and the particular point. So if we join these 2 points, we get a straight line passing through origin. So if we take or measure the angle from the x-axis to this line, or the slope of this line is known as azimuthal angle. Okay, and z is nothing but similar to Cartesian z, that is height. In both things z is same, whereas rho is radius and phi is azimuthal angle which is measured from the x-axis. Okay, now we will see the range of these parameters. So if we take the radius cannot be negative, right? It may be 0 if it is a point, or it can extend up to infinity. So for radius the limits are from 0 to infinity, whereas if we take azimuthal angle, as we are going in the anti-clockwise direction, this angle is measured in the anti-clockwise direction. If we consider xyz Cartesian coordinate system like this, we are taking our azimuthal angle in anti-clockwise direction. So this at this point it may be something, we are going like this. Okay, we are going like this. This point it will be 90. Okay, and at this point it will be 180, whereas at this point it will go on increasing. So actually it is nothing but, you can see if you take this point, it is continuously revolving around this particular down circle one. Okay, so obviously that is from circle total angle is from 0 to 360 degrees. Similarly, our azimuthal angle is also from 0 to 360 degrees. Next, coming to Z, the height at which that point is located. Okay, this is, if we take this Z, it is always perpendicular to Z axis, and also it is at a particular distance from this Z axis, and it can be from if our cylinder is at origin, okay, Z value is from 0 to, it will go to infinity, but some other point of cylinder is located at this origin. That means the bottom of cylinder is not at origin. This height can go from minus infinity to infinity. Okay, now our task is to find these three parameters rho phi z in terms of Cartesian coordinate system. That means we have to find a relation between x, y, z and rho phi z. Okay, as I already discussed, z in both cylindrical as well as Cartesian are same, so z will be always equal to z. Let this is 3. Now we will consider this bottom circle, okay, bottom of the cylinder. Okay, let draw this in xy plane. Okay, if we consider this particular point and projecting it in the xy plane, here the point will come. Okay, and if we let us assume this is the our x plane. Okay, so in general, if we represent a point xyz in any Cartesian coordinate system, how it will be, we will be looking at. So a point xyz is like that. Let this be x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. So what xyz means, we have to move x in x-axis, x distance in x-axis. Later from that point, we have to move y distance perpendicular in y-axis, and if we move upward direction, that means parallel to this z-axis, z distance, this is x distance, y distance and z distance. So this point is known as x, y, z. So similarly, if we take x-axis and let us assume this as a projected p dash dash or p dash. Okay, to get this point, what we need to do is we have to move in rho, that is radius of cylinder, rho, and after that rho we have to move phi angle to that particular point and move upward direction z to get this point. So we can compare and contrast the difference between Cartesian as well as cylindrical coordinate system in this way. So if we compare these two things, what we are doing is we are moving, look, we are moving rho direction, this is nothing but rho. Okay, we are moving rho direction in x direction, I mean in x-axis direction, and moving phi angle to that particular point p in xy plane. So similarly, we have to move rho in this direction and then move phi in the xy direction. Here we get rho phi, and we cannot represent this z because this is 2D plane, but actually this z is always equal to Cartesian z. Okay, so that's why I told this first. Now we need to find x and y terms in terms of rho and phi. So simply apply trigonometric cos phi here. We know that cos phi is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So cos phi equal to adjacent, that is, if we take this as particular x and this as y, so cos phi is equal to x, this x by rho, that is radius. So our x will be equal to rho cos phi. Let it be 1. So similarly, if we apply sine function, that is equal to, if we take this one, this is our opposite direction. So opposite, actually I took this up to top, but actually this is our y. Okay, only this distance is y. Okay, so similarly sin phi equal to y by rho. So y equal to rho sin phi, and z is always equal to z. If we square these terms and add, we get x square plus y square equal to rho square, because we take rho square common from rho square cos square phi plus rho square sin square phi. If you take rho square common, cos square phi plus sin square phi become rho 1, and x square plus y square will become rho square, and from that we get rho as under root of x square plus y square. And what we need is now these phi. Okay, we already know this particular row in terms of x and y. Now if we take even phi in terms of x and y, it will be convenient, so that we can get a particular relation. So dividing these two things, what we get is rho sin phi by rho cos phi, that is equal to rho cancel, and tan phi equal to y by x. So tan phi equal to y by x. So this is all about a cylindrical coordinate system, and we will be further discussing a spherical coordinate system. Thank you.